Jody, trip to Salford this weekend. A chance to get back to winning ways, I guess.
Yeah, be very nice, and a difficult place to go. I think their home form is up there with the best. If not, it might be the best in the league. So it's obviously going to be a difficult place to go. But in that sense, there's no better time to get going. Like I said, there's elements to it that you need to be prepared, but I think we've got to start showing no fear, and we've got to start believing that the tide will turn and the results will go our way.
What's the last couple of days been like since Tuesday? Has there been a bit of soul searching? What's the feel been like in the camp?
Well, it was important that they had the day off on Wednesday. Sometimes that's not a bad thing after obviously such a disappointment to lose 2 goals in the last sort of 7-8 minutes or so. But obviously that can let the feelings linger a little bit more. But it was upbeat today. Training was good, and like I said, it's more important that we look forward and focus on what's coming Saturday. Listen, we spoke a lot about what happened in the game and where things maybe went against us. But we need to focus on going forward and remain positive that we can get a result.
You obviously mentioned as well that mentality at the moment maybe needs a little bit of work. How easy is that to instill in the team as a manager? Because I guess there's only so much you can do. You can tell the players how you want them to play with the philosophy, etc. But that mentality, I guess, it's potentially not something that can be sort of instilled very quickly.
No, but what I will tell you about stuff like that is sometimes going through difficult periods is the foundations to help build that. We know that we're lacking in the results department at the minute, and we are in the performance department as well. We're not playing well enough for long enough in games, and obviously certain things that have gone against us haven't gone our way, and we need to try and put that right as well. And I think the only way that you can get out of that is by pushing through and working hard on the training pitch and remaining positive that when the opportunities do come that we can put things right, and hopefully the other things that are kind of external, whether it be decisions and stuff, will go our way. And like I said, it's a real good place to hopefully start a decent run, because they're a good team, Salford, and like I've said already, they're very dangerous at home. So if we was able to get up to Manchester and produce a result, it will be a real nice foundation to push on with.
And just a bit on Salford there, what sort of threats do they pose? Because obviously aside in the playoffs at the moment, pushing further if they can, what sort of test is that going to be for your players?
Yeah, it's going to be difficult, and I think it definitely does stem from, like I said, their home form. It's a ground, it's a club that everybody knows for multiple different reasons. But yeah, like I said, it's a place that is not easy to go and produce in. So I think we need to take that as a challenge, and we got to try and relish that, even though obviously things haven't gone our way at the last 3 games. But I was saying to the boys, you've got to try and attack that and try and change the little bit of luck that you're getting, because rather than sitting about moping and kind of whinging about it, it's like, well, let's not put it to chance. Let's make sure that we're on top of our game and performing really well. Keep the energy levels up, both on and off the pitch, because that's important. Is when you are going through a tough spell, how you are in and around the training ground and around each other is important, and that's something that we're going to have to lean on.
And I guess victory on Saturday could be you can make a real statement of intent there, getting back to winning ways, but also beating a side that are doing pretty well at the moment. Yeah,
exactly. And like I said, it's not only the result side of it, but if we can to win at a place like that, you usually have to perform well, because it's such a fortress for Salford. And like I said, if we can get the performance right, which hopefully goes in tandem with us getting a decent result, like I said, anything can happen from there, and it can propel you onto bigger and better things.
And just finally, a word on George McEachran. He came in for his first start on Tuesday and looked very, very good, considering he hasn't had too much playing time. How pleased were you with his contribution?
Yeah, very pleased. I know I spoke to you guys before the game, and there was obviously questions from the media before whether he would be ready to be involved in a squad, let alone start it. But because of the way he's looked after himself, how hungry he's looked in training, and I thought we saw that in the game. I thought it was a bundle of energy, and that can only bode well for the future, because, like I said, he's definitely still a bit rusty, and he's going to need a good amount of games to get up to speed. But if that's what you're getting on your first game away to Sutton, then hopefully that leaves us in good stead for what might be able to come. And if we're going to do well, then obviously the better that the players that are coming through the door can do, then the quicker hopefully our fortunes change.
And just finally, what have you made of League Two so far? I know it's really early days, but no two tests are the same in this division. How have you sort of found it so far with the sides you've come up against?
To be honest, I think there's a lot made of obviously levels when you're talking about in terms of quality, which is fair. But a load of the other stuff, for me, is pretty similar to no matter where you play. I think you've got to do both sides of the game. You've got to be a difficult team to play against. You've got to deal with the physical challenges. Listen, there's huge gulfs in quality, but at the same time, I think there's a reason why everybody views the Premier League as the place that you want to get to, is because of how strong the pyramid is underneath. You're talking Championship, League One and League Two, and then even now in the leagues underneath that, we've all seen what can happen in FA Cup runs and stuff like that. And any league you're playing in this country, I believe, is difficult, and it's a challenge both physically and mentally. And at the moment, it's serving up no surprises as far as that is concerned. We just got to try and sort our consistency out for longer periods in games, which will then give us a bigger and better chance of getting the right results.